Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lockdown Lunch with me, Kelly Ransom. This is the season finale. I made that up, but that's what I'm calling it. So if you've managed to watch some or all of these episodes in real time, I applaud you and I thank you. I don't want to talk too much about the history of the broadcast right now because I'm going to do it at the end of the show. Give some shout outs to people who've made this possible. I want to get right into our guest today, though, because we have a lot to talk about, and she is really fabulous and funny and weird and amazing. Please, everyone, welcome Lauren Bunny Murphy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I call her Bunny, so we will be calling her Bunny in this broadcast. She is in Cambridge right now, and she is an essential personnel. So she's an essential nurse practitioner, but she's also an essential actress, right? That's how that works?
Yes. It's hard to say which comes first.
But both are equally essential.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just so honored to have.
Oh, same. I feel like, is this what Twitch is like?
I think Twitch is for bye. I think Twitch is like video games.
Yeah, but this is basically what they do, right? They just...
I would say this show... I'm going to grab my sunglasses. I would say that this broadcast is more like an OnlyFans.
Gotcha. Okay. So do you get undressed now or later?
When I put the sunglasses on.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
So, darling, it's so good to see your face.
So good to see you, too. I miss you terribly. It's a very large coffee mug you have there.
It's full of coffee. No, it is. Can you please tell me what day it is?
Oh, I meant to look that up. Today is Wednesday, May 20th. Believe it or not.
That sounds correct.
Yeah.
And
2 months into this nonsense at this point, I think.
It feels like 6 years.
Yeah,
my father, Jack, is watching and says hi. I must let everyone know he specially requested that Bunny be on the show.
Well, we have a relationship.
Oh my God.
And I. Okay.
They're friends.
I won't.
She loves Dad.
Hi, Jack.
So, Bunny, darling, tell me everything. How did it go down for you?
Okay, so first thing that happened for me personally that, kind of tipped me off that something horribly horrible was happening. I think it was March 14th was when it really became real. My mom and I were planning on going on a cruise. I know.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know. It's bad for the environment, but hear me out. My mom can't get on a plane because she was on a plane in the 70s and it caught on fire and had to emergency land, and she refused to ever go on a plane again. And I wanted to take her on a nice, tropical holiday vacation to get us out of the cold, dark evil that is New England winters. And so I decided cruise was the way to go. We were supposed to leave New York on that Sunday, and the CDC, I want to say on the 13th of March, was like, hey, if you're over the age of 65, you really shouldn't get on a cruise. And then they were like, if you're any age, you shouldn't get on a cruise. And we had already decided that we were going to cancel. So we canceled. We decided to go to Newport for the weekend, just kind of for a little last hurrah. And that's when the doofus that's in charge of our country had that ridiculous meeting with all those executives from Walmart, and they were all
that was weird. Yeah, that was weird.
It was so weird and very confusing, but that's when I realized that this was actually happening. And that night I cried a lot at my mom because I realized I probably wasn't going to be able to see her for a while because of my job. So yeah, that's how that kind of went down for us. But we've made it work. I call her often and I visit frequently from a distance, and
Did they cancel? Did the cruise you were supposed to be on still cruise?
No. So that ended up being canceled. I think it was 2 days before it was set to leave, and people were actively on the cruises, as I'm sure you know. and they had to literally turn around and come back. And then some of them were stuck at sea for weeks at a time. So yeah, I'm not kind of glad. I'm really glad you didn't do that. I am also really glad. My only issue now, though, is that they won't give me back my frickin' money, but we're working on it.
Yeah. No, you're getting that money back.
Yeah, I'm going to work on it. So, but I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing that. We also had a trip planned I'm actually supposed to be in Switzerland right now.
What?
Yeah, for a wedding, and that got canceled. So I'm sure a lot of people are having similar issues where it's like trying to recoup the funds that they had, and vouchers don't always work for everyone because I'm not planning on using Scandinavian Airlines again.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So,
oh.
Yeah. So it's been fun working from home now, doing telehealth medicine, which is a thing that we're now allowed to do, which is awesome in some ways.
Like this?
It's like this. If they can figure out how to do this, which has been an issue because I have a large, what we call geriatric patient population. So above like 60, 65. And unfortunately for people who are 92, they have a little bit difficult time getting on Zoom because they don't have cell phones or any other type of device. So that we just do regular phone calls. But
how do you tell if something's wrong if you can't see them?
You can get a pretty good sense of what's going on. And I'm primary care / GI anyway. So if it's something seriously urgent, I just tell them to take it to the emergency department.
Yeah.
If people are like having a hard time breathing, although COVID has complicated things because some people think they're having a hard time breathing, but they're actually just having a panic attack or elevated stress. And that's been really common. A lot of calls about shortness of breath and chest tightness, which is just anxiety. But some people don't know what anxiety feels like because prior to this, they didn't have it. I know what anxiety feels like. So
I can testify right now. I can't breathe right now, but that's like my every day of my life. So.
I know. In the first couple of weeks when this was happening, I found myself doing like,
yes, no.
I was like forgetting to breathe. Just being like, hey.
I'd like hold it for as long as I could to the point where I'd get like dizzy and I'd be like, okay, my lungs are fine.
Pretty much I've told people if they're not having an issue breathing while like at rest, they're probably fine. If like they're short of breath when they're going up the stairs, then maybe give me a call. I don't know. It's been really complicated. No one takes my advice right now. Call your doctor if you have any symptoms. Don't listen to me.
Yes, guys, this is not a telehealth session right now.
No, it is not.
Please do not. So we got a broad idea, but you work in like a specialty area and stuff. So what does a nurse practitioner do?
So there are different categories of nurse practitioners. So you have adult geriatric care, which is 13 to end of life.
Oh, wow.
You have pediatric, which is 0 to 13. You have adult gerontology primary care, adult gerontology acute care. You have psych NPs, women's health NPs, and family NPs. So there's a bunch of different tracks that you can go. I'm an adult gero primary care, which means I can pretty much work as like someone's primary care provider. So if you've ever gone into the office and you go for your physical exam, I can do that. I can treat your earache and I can treat your hypertension, with the added benefit that the office that I'm in right now, we do gastroenterology. So so mouth to butt. That's
that's a scientific term?
Yes. Can I swear on this? No, I won't.
Yes, of course. No one watches this thing. Ass to mouth.
Yeah. So I talk about butt stuff all day. I talk about people's bowel movements.
Fun.
All the time. And I've noticed that even when I'm not at work, that's pretty much how my conversations with most of my friends and family and strangers end up veering that way because everyone has questions about their butt stuff, Everyone has issues and they want to know what's normal. Yeah.
So something that you wanted to shed some light on today. This was your choice. You wanted to do this, not mine.
I did want to bring this up.
You want to shed some light on why it is bad when your butt bleeds.
Yes.
Please enlighten us all.
Okay, friends. So one of the first signs of colon cancer is blood in the stool. That's number one. If there's any blood, you should be calling your doctor. That being said, there can be other reasons for why you have blood in your stool. And this includes irritable bowel disease, which is Crohn's and colitis, if you're familiar with those, which are autoimmune, inflammatory, really nasty, nasty diseases that require pretty chronic long-term treatment for most people. Also, hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids will do it. And they don't even need to be on the outside. They can be on the inside and still.
You can have inside hemorrhoids?
Yeah, you have inside hemorrhoids. I have inside hemorrhoids.
Don't talk to me like that.
How dare you?
Oh my God.
Yes. So most people do. It's just common, but very few people will have exacerbations, is what we call them, or flares. But that can happen when you're super constipated or you have lots of diarrhea, which will irritate them, and then they end up bleeding. That's when you have the bright red blood.
Okay, so the dark red blood is
bad.
Cancer stuff?
Possibly.
Yes.
Or an upper blood bleed.
Like my dress.
Yes. Is more likely to be hemorrhoidal, but can't rule out cancer. So you should probably get it checked out anyways.
What if you're just a hard wiper?
You need to lay off.
Is that like a possibility though?
Less likely. But yeah, I mean, if you have hemorrhoids and you're irritating them more, then yeah.
Okay.
So if there's any blood, go to
your butt.
From your butt. You go right to the doctor and you let them know.
Or they can call you, right?
Yes, or they can call you. Oh, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Okay. So, oh God. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, I had a telemed encounter. It was a consultation with a patient who had a issue. And judging by the description that I was given by our office administrator, I was like, oh, he has a hemorrhoid flare. Okay. So I woke up that morning to a message from the patient. It was like 8 a.m. I hadn't even had my coffee yet. And I opened the link and it's just butthole. Multiple pictures, which I didn't ask for and I really didn't need to see, but it was just.
This is all new for everyone.
Yeah, it is. And
so it's kind of hard to know.
You're absolutely right. But it's quite a way to start your morning.
My friend is having a colonoscopy, but it's been delayed. And I must admit, I suggested that why can't she just show it?
Well, you can, but maybe wait until the doctor asks,
approves.
Yeah. Or, it's just,
so
I don't even know how they took the photo. The lighting was great. I don't know. It was something. It was something.
Was it hemorrhoids?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But I could have told him that without the photo evidence.
I hope everyone watching, please refrain sending your doctor pictures.
Don't send the pictures unless you're asked to send the pictures. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, things are different. But, I love my job.
You're doing God's work, sweetie.
Yeah. It's weird though, because like I'm a health worker and a provider but all I've been doing is sitting in my home with a beautiful dog by my side and like calling people and having just normal conversations. So I feel like in the scheme of this pandemic, like I've been very not useful. But then I have to remind myself that people still need to talk to their doctor about their hypertension and about their anxiety and about other stuff. So at the end of the day, I got to remind myself that I am doing my part in a way. So,
Yes.
But it's hard because, as you know, my boyfriend is a paramedic and he goes out and he's fully gowned and he's intubating people and
oh my God.
Yeah, providing some serious care. And so it's,
So he works out of Worcester, right?
Yeah, he's in Worcester, which right now they're kind of coming down from their peak of infection. They were like a couple weeks behind Boston. So right now they're kind of settling downward in the slope, which is
So what
good.
did you have to do to accommodate that situation in your house?
So it really sucks because it's me and him and then our other roommate Brad, who technically owns Linda, but it's up for debate. Linda's
next to you, right?
Yeah, here's Linda.
What up, Linda?
She's magnificent.
She's a big old dog.
She's a big girl. But we all basically were like, well, we have to quarantine in the house. The possibility of Brian bringing the infection home is real and it's high and it's every day. And so we act like we have it,
That's the best way to,
Yeah. We talked about,
it,
I talked about going and staying with my mom, but then there was never that moment where I could say definitively, well, I don't have it. So any chance of going over there was out the window because I could potentially bring it.
Right.
And it's been a mess. So luckily,
has he gotten tested?
No. Oh. But interestingly, he and my other roommate were pretty sick at the beginning of March, late February, with some sort of flu-like symptoms. So we're hopeful that was that. And we are getting antibody testing done through his work, which is exciting.
Good.
But we won't have those results back for, I think, 2 to 3 months. So
did you already do it? Wait, why so long? I got mine in like a week.
Well, you got your swab back. This is antibody, so it's going to check.
Oh, I did it too.
You had the antibody too, and you got it back in a week?
Yeah.
Well, screw that.
They're playing you.
I almost.
I think they only did shoot 1,000 people. It was like a small test.
Where was this? How'd you get that done? What?
They randomly selected people.
That's so cool.
In like Roslindale, Dorchester, and Eastie or something. I don't know. It was a while back.
A month ago, I heard about that.
So they like prick my finger and then they give me a face pap smear.
Yep.
And I was like, yes,
face pap smear.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Oh, I love it.
I felt violated.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
But then, like a week later, I was like, I totally have the antibodies. I'm freaking special. I know I had it.
And?
Negative, nothing.
Yeah, it sucks.
Useless chunk right here.
Well,
I donate plasma.
I know. There are a lot of benefits to knowing whether or not you've had it if you're asymptomatic, obviously. I mean, I
haven't had any.
I'm not wanting to get sick, but I'm wanting to get antibodies so I can start doing stuff and donating plasma and seeing people that I love without, still wearing precautions.
Then the question that I had, that the person that I talked to, well, she made it very clear she wasn't a nurse on the phone who called with the results, and then I never followed up because whatever. But I don't understand. If you got the antibodies, that doesn't mean that you can't still carry it around, right?
So my understanding, and this is like baseline, I don't know if they've released any other information, was that you can clinically still shed the viral load, so be contagious for, I think, they're saying 2 weeks is the typical, but I think it can extend longer than that.
Yeah.
But if you have antibodies, I think depending on where you are in your infection, I don't think you should still be a carrier necessarily if you're out of that viral shedding window. And they have said that there have been reinfections, but they determined that those were probably false positives. So my understanding is if you have antibodies, chances are you had it and you're no longer infectious, and you probably won't be reinfected. But they don't know that for sure yet.
They don't know anything.
They don't know anything. They don't know anything. And so we don't know if you did have antibodies right now, does that protect you come the fall when this starts ramping up again?
And
or
is it going to mutate, right?
Yeah. Or how long does the immunity last? And there are a lot of questions that we don't have answers to, which is very frustrating for everyone.
Well, I'm just going to stay inside.
Honestly, it's the best thing you can do. Just stay inside and stay away from everyone and stay away from everyone you love, which sucks.
It's a dream come true.
For some. Yeah. But it is what it is.
I want to know, and you want to talk about, and I think it's important, especially because this is the last episode. So when I come back, if I come back, it could be a totally different COVID ballgame.
Yeah.
Why is it important not to get bored with it right now? Which is so weird to say, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, because,
it's like, I'm done. I'm going to the mall.
Yeah, well, you find people are just like, just because you're annoyed with the infection and you're frustrated by the limitations it's put on your life doesn't mean that it's also over it. So,
right.
And especially when you have people in positions of power who are kind of giving off that vibe as well, where we're having our COVID mission accomplished moments, but we're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
And realistically, we're not going to have a vaccine probably at the earliest, maybe this fall, but that's not going to be for everyone. That's going to be for frontline workers and certain populations. It's not going to be for everyone else.
But I'm not taking no vaccine. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
What?
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm not taking no new vaccine.
You 100% will, and I will make sure of that because I will be giving it.
I don't get the flu shot.
Yeah, well, you are now. Anyways, glad I know that because I'm coming to your house. Anyways, I think it's important not to get complacent because I find myself even becoming complacent, and I'm in the thick of it, and I have patients who are on ventilators and patients who have died from this, and it takes an emotional toll on you, and it's hard to deal with the fact that this is going to be months and months and months of our lives, and we got to keep wearing masks, even though they're uncomfortable and weird looking, just because we're starting to read fashion statements.
Well, I realized the other day,
yeah,
last week or something, I was taking a walk and someone was driving and they didn't want to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to say whatever the hell I wanted and they couldn't tell.
Yeah. You got to do a lot of smizing too,
Which I'm not good at. RBF.
It's hard for the resting bitch faces among us.
Sorry, guys. You're just going to always think I'm glaring at you.
I swear I'm smiling. Yeah.
Masks are cool.
They are. They're annoying when you try to run. I'll give you that. But you got to do it. You got to freaking do it because it's not about you. Mm-mm. And that's what I'm really pissed off about is that none of this is about me or you, Kelly. It's about your dad and my mom, and our friends who have autoimmune disorders. That's why we're wearing the masks. It's not to protect ourselves. It's to protect everyone else. So don't be a dick and just wear the frickin' thing.
People are really selfish.
They really are. And now's not the time.
Well, I'm happy with our state, but the other states are looking a little ridiculous to me right now. But
yeah, especially when their daily case rates are increasing and
they're
let's go to the salon. It's you really don't need to. You really don't need to.
Walgreens.
You look fantastic.
Sam's gonna kill me.
I haven't gotten a haircut in over a year, baby. Like, who needs it?
It looks good.
I know.
So when you're not saving lives and looking at buttholes,
Yeah.
you are an actress.
I am a community theater actress. That is correct. That's right. Yes.
How is that going to work in the future?
Oh, Lord. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. Because
I don't either.
You look at Broadway and, they have the capabilities, if they wanted to, of like live streaming performances. They have the production value that they can do that, things like that, and even probably charge a fee for people to tune in. Yeah,
I pay to watch Moulin Rouge every night.
Well, there you go. So you're their clientele right there.
I'm their audience.
Just Kelly.
Well, Christopher, I have to say, when the Moulin Rouge musical was, the pre-Broadway run was in Boston.
Yeah.
I went and saw it 3 times and insisted on sitting in like the second row every time. And Christopher's like, you're single-handedly paying one of the actors' salaries.
It's not wrong. One of those dancers was able to get a drink that night thanks to you. Yeah. So I think that'll inevitably bounce back, and how they're going to manage it, I don't know. But as far as community theater, that's like some people's only outlet for, that's their hobby. Some people go for runs, and some people garden, other people act,
you act in plays.
Yeah. And it's what fills that little part of you. So I don't know what everyone's going to do moving forward, because what do? You can't have people sitting next to each other.
Right.
And that's the whole point of community theater, especially, is the sitting next to the neighbor down the street,
right.
or yeah, bringing people from the community in together. So I don't know. I think everything's going to be on a hiatus for a while.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, I really wanted to do something this summer or this fall. That's kind of my golden time to do it. And alas, no.
It's slow and butt build during those times.
It can be. I don't know. I have so much more energy during the summer, so I want to do things. And
you're like a beach baby.
Huh?
You're like a beach baby.
Oh gosh, yes.
That's you get your energy from the sun.
I really, really do. And so
not I.
To not be able to do anything that I really want to do is tough for everyone else too. But
well, what have you been doing for fun?
For fun, I was watercoloring.
What is this?
What is this you speak of? So I've been watercoloring.
Oh.
Yeah.
With paint?
With paint. And water.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how you do that. That's
very nice.
And I've been sending watercolor postcards to people. So
I'll check the mail.
Yep. And what else have I been doing? I've been running a lot, which I hate. I hate running.
I do too, but I've been really compelled to do it lately.
I've been running.
I don't understand it.
Because prior to this, my boyfriend and I were pseudo gym rats. We were lifting weights every day and running, and now it's we're not going to the gym for the next 2 years, so what do we do? So I got a fancy watch. Where is it? I got a fancy watch.
You already had a fancy watch.
I know, but this is a Garmin watch, and it tracks all my activities and GPSs and heart rate and all sorts of stuff. And the best part about this is it stores music on it, so I don't have to lug my phone around, which was worth it. So
all right.
I've been running.
So I'll go buy,
I've been gardening
a
too.
fancy watch.
What?
I'll go buy a fancy watch. And
you should, because it makes me feel bad when I don't have the numbers on it that I want. like the steps.
Great. That sounds so healthy, Bunny.
Hey man, someone needs to yell at me to stay fit, or else I'll just lie in bed all day, which is what I really want to do. Yeah. I've been trying to read.
Cooking, right?
I've been
Isn't
cooking.
that fun?
I hate cooking. I hate it. I'm not good at it. Every time I try to get creative in the kitchen, it ends up being bad. I get that from my mom. She's a terrible cook.
What was the thing that you were cooking the night that I was talking to you?
I don't even know. It was
there was cottage cheese involved.
It was a Betty Crocker like lost recipe from the 1950s.
Oh,
it was basically like a bunch of cheese.
There was cottage cheese in it
involved. It was so good.
No, I don't think
it was so good. It was so bad for you, but it was so good. In this book, they have like I'm gonna make it for you. It's a party loaf, and it's a party loaf. Have you heard of it? So basically, what they do. Oh, my boss is calling me.
I'm on TV.
Yeah, I'm really busy. Basically, what they do is they mix like various like salads, like tuna salad and ham salad, and then you put it in bread, like layers, like a cake, and then you cover it in cream cheese.
You're making me want to die.
It's so gross looking, but it's so pretty looking. So I'm gonna make it for us for our next.
No, God, do not bring that shit near my house.
Oh no. The next time we can party and have a get together, I'm bringing a party loaf. No, I am, and it's gonna be amazing.
You have to eat it like together.
I'm 100% gonna eat it because the Betty Crocker says it's really good.
And there's ham in it.
Very popular in the 60s.
There's ham in it.
There's a lot of things in it. Some might take too many things. I don't have any ham, Kelly.
Oh no. I can't right now.
I didn't need to talk about ham.
Buddy and I used to work together at the Galway house. I was cooking, she was a server. And we were working the lunch shift I think it was a very stressful day.
Probably. It was always really stressful.
We wrote a song about something that we were out of, and we would like to share it. Well, this is the world premiere. We'd like to share it with you all right now. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
We have no ham.
I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We have no ham.
I don't know why, but it's like 10 years later, and
forever our song.
You're my first friend in Boston.
I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't have wanted anyone else. You're my favorite person.
Stop it.
It's true. And I know everyone else who knows you would agree that you are the best. The best. It's true. It's
all right, I have to ask you.
Yes.
Because I ask everyone. I think it's important to talk about. As someone who never talked about it ever, and now wants to talk about it. During all of this, what have you or have you not been doing for your mental health?
Oh. So I have like roller coaster days. Some days feel so good and I'm like, we're gonna get through this, and everything's temporary and one day at a time, and then the next day I'm literally crying for 4 hours. So like I really but I found that running has helped me because I feel tired, and so when I want to ruminate at the end of the day and just like worry, my brain's too tired and it just shuts down on its own, which is nice.
That's nice.
And even though I dole out mental health advice to my patients, I also have some, underlying anxiety and depression issues, which everyone is feel free to know about. I have no stigma against it. And so I have a therapist myself who I've been talking with in telephone encounters, which has been really good. So I see her every 2 weeks, but she's pregnant and about to have a baby. So,
Kelly, don't look over here. I'm taking my pants off.
Oh my God, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Anyways,
How dare you?
What's that?
How dare he?
Yeah, Brian, you couldn't wait. He's going running right now.
To your therapist.
What's that?
I'm glad you're talking to your therapist.
Me too. And there are days when I really don't want to, but I just suck it up and do it because I know I'll feel better afterwards, and I always do. And I have I've had a lot of people call the office asking for referrals, so I've been giving them referrals as well.
Kelly, what do you think of this shitty facial?
Oh my God, Brian, we're live streaming. He thinks I'm just having a conversation with you.
We're live on Facebook,
Hi,
sweetie.
everyone.
We're live on Facebook, Brian.
Cool.
Get out of here.
Thank you for being a frontline worker.
She thanks you for being a frontline worker.
I have to say that because no, I'm just kidding. You bring out my terrible.
Who's on?
I don't know.
Hi, buddy.
Garbage facial.
No one likes your facial hair. It's just.
I can't.
Sorry, everyone.
Don't be sorry, because he's not.
He does this. He does his facial hair in different styles just to annoy me. That's a new thing in our relationship.
You should start growing yours out and doing.
It's so bad, dude. Right now he has like very thin lines right here. He needs to make sure his N95 fits, but he still wants to have terrible facial hair.
Oh my God. Whatever people need to do to get through.
I know. Jeez. Anyways, so yeah, therapy is a great place to start, everybody, or get you one of those guys. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of referrals to therapists. I've been starting a lot of people on Zoloft, just to get through this time, because antidepressant and anti-anxiety medications do not have to be long-term, like take them forever. They can be short-term situational. You have a lot of anxiety and stress, which a lot of people do. So, it's okay to ask for like a little short stint of help.
This is Zoloft vacation.
What's that?
Just a Zoloft vacation.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much Zoloft staycation. Like take it for a couple months and then you can taper it right off and you're back to normal.
Maybe that's what I'll say in the staff meeting today.
I think that's a great idea.
I'm
going on my Zoloft staycation.
I'll send you a postcard.
See you when I see you.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's like my face hurts because I don't laugh anymore.
I know.
It hurts right here.
Gotta do your exercises. You're so pretty.
Oh, stop it. All right, you know what? It's time for the final word. So for anyone who has not tuned into this broadcast before, the guest gets the opportunity at the end of the show for me to shut the hell up. I put on a cute pair of sunglasses, and it's their opportunity to vent, tell jokes, be inspirational, sing about ham, whatever they want to do, they can do it. So, Bunny, the time has come for your final word.
Okay, I love you.
The floor is yours.
Remember, everybody, if there's blood coming from your butthole, go see your doctor. Okay? That's the number one takeaway from this. Don't laugh, Kelly. This is very important. Okay. Now that that's off, don't get bored with COVID. I know it's boring, but we can't get bored because my mom's health and your mom's health and grandmama and Mima and grandpapa and father, whatever. They're banking on us continuing to do the right thing so that they don't end up in the hospital. Also, I really, really, selfishly, I really just want to go to the beach. I'm really sad that that is not going to be my summer. And I know that sounds really like petty and small in the scheme of things because, you know, I mean, it's just horrific what's going on. But it's okay to be sad about things like that. Just because it's okay to be sad that life isn't normal. You know, it is what it is. And I'm allowed to feel sad that my plans are ruined. And I'm allowed to feel sad that I can't see my mom. And I'm allowed to feel sadness. So even though I'm not actively dying or in the hospital, it's okay to still feel crappy. And if you do feel really, really crappy, make sure you tell someone because they can help you feel less crappy maybe. And call Kelly if you really need to because she'll pick up. She's awesome about that. Here, I can give everyone her number. Stay strong. Stay healthy. Jack Lydon, just let me know when we're going to get that show on the road, okay? I know this has been a long engagement for he and I
can't stand
even if we have a smaller ceremony, I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure Kelly's there because, you know, as her future mom, I want her to be included. Yeah. Okay, that's all I have to say. That's it.
I can't stand you.
I love you so much.
Oh, God. Bonifer.
You're the best.
You're amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. And I feel very honored to be included in this run of yours. It's super awesome that you did this. And I hope you do more of it in the future, maybe during less terrible circumstances. But this has been great. And I love you.
I love you too.
Hooray.
I'm really happy that you were on today.
Me too.
We've already pre-discussed that you wanted to be clicked off during this portion of the broadcast.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say goodbye.
Okay. Can I still watch this portion?
Yeah, if you just go on Facebook. I could just...
Yeah, just darken me.
Darken you? I haven't done this yet, guys. Give me a second. Bunny, thank you. We love you. You're a fabulous guest.
Love you guys.
All right, let me see how this works. All right. I don't know if you can still see it or not, Bunny, but... Oh, it's so weird just being myself. By myself. Okay. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to let you know, I said at the beginning of this episode, this is the season finale of a show that I made up, a broadcast that I made up for it's my cabin fever dream. I will make an announcement on June 1st about the future of Lockdown Lunch, but there are some things that I wanted to shout out some people and say some stuff before I go on my break. So this has been 32 episodes. So 32 different people have been on this broadcast, ages 28 to 60. I don't know how this even happened, but I added up all the views of all the broadcasts, and it's been 4,000 views, which is nuts to me. Unless there's just like one person who's watched every episode that many times. That's fine. I appreciate you. We've had people I've had people on from 8 different states: New York, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Colorado, California, Texas, Ohio, and Massachusetts. And I wanted to say all of the types of people's stories that we shared before I shout all of the past guests out. So we've had an artistic director, special education teacher, environmental scientist, a writer, director, producer, a bartender, a chef, a dance teacher, a distillery brand manager, a stay-at-home mom, a sex worker, a nonprofit CEO, a teacher, a dietitian, a community organizer, a UX researcher, a doctor, an urban planner, an amateur metalsmith, a boarding school registrar, a storytelling shaman, medical marijuana agent, a puppeteer, an artist, an electronic music writer, someone who is unemployed, an AV producer, a union-side labor lawyer, two nonprofit program managers, a service industry professional, a Boston City councilor, an account manager, a music producer, a youth workforce manager, a school social worker, a nurse practitioner, an actress, a TV and radio station general manager, an oil painter, and a detox admissions coordinator. We have shared a lot. I don't know why I keep saying we, but we're on this together, right? Those are all stories that have been shared on this broadcast about their experiences in lockdown, and it's really awesome to, see the stats and write it all down and have that. So for those of you who have tuned in and seen every episode, thank you for watching this thing 32 times. That's wild. I deeply appreciate it. I want to specifically say the name of everyone who is on, because without them, there is no this. So I'd like to take the time to shout everyone out and say thank you again. So thank you so much. Olawumi Akamumi, Pan Cannon, Stephen Murphy, Connor Denahan, Stephanie Tugis, Sarah Shaw, Rebecca Williams, Ellie Pabon, Samantha Montano, Paloma Valenzuela, Amy Goldstein, Leslie Reed, Carrie Dunphy, Dr. Melissa Gallagher, Deborah Fritter, Caitlin Sheehan, Brett Will Taylor, Terrence Burke, Hannah Weinstein, Dimitri Vallone, Katie Getch, Assad James Hardwick, Grace Haler Murray, Rudy Rower Camacho, Dave DeCenzo, Anya Duffy, David Lightfoot Bellow, Nisa Asabi George, Tess McColgan, Janelle St. Charles, Joel Van Patten, Jeannie Matos, Ellie Sanchez, Glenn Williams, and Bunny Murphy. Thank you all so much for agreeing to do this ridiculous, silly thing with me. I have no idea how any of this happened, but it happened and we did it, and now it's on the internet forever. And for those of you who haven't been on, if you want to be on, this is the broadcast. You don't have to, we can talk about anything. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be doing anything wild. It's just a conversation. So I am planning on coming back. I want to take a break. I will let you know June 1st. I'll make an announcement about the new broadcast stuff. But yes, it's gonna go on in some fashion. If you would like to be a guest on the show in the future, please hit me up. I would love to have you. I don't care what you want to talk about. We talked about butts bleeding today. Like, come on, we can talk about anything. If it's something that excites you and you want to be a part of this like time capsule thing that I'm creating, then hit me up. I would love to have you on. And I appreciate those who have told me that this broadcast has made it into their daily routine. We're going to get through this together by not having it. I'm going to still get up and shower and put on makeup some days, I hope. And I hope you will too. This broadcast is public. My Facebook profile is public. I don't care if you know me or not. If you've connected to this show in some way and you want to talk while I'm gone, I'm here for you. I'm glad Bunny didn't give out my cell phone number, though. So this is not... what's that saying? This is not goodbye. It is see you later. So I will be back in the future. And in the meantime, please, 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 everyone, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, wear a mask, do whatever you need to do to be healthy mentally for you and your family, whatever you got to do. And take a break and just zone out and relax. We will see each other again soon. I love y'all. Bye-bye.